tape, what did you think of your performance?
I would say I had a solid day. Still some things to clean up on. You know, playing the first game in the NFL is definitely big. I was just blessed to be out there and, playing a game that I love.
A few weeks into training camp now, can you speak to the difference in intensity in college practices versus NFL practices?
Yeah, definitely. Both very intense. But I would say in the NFL is more, even more about the details. I came from a program that was really key on the details, but the NFL is even more. It's a whole different level, especially coming in as a rookie. Just learning the offenses, learning blocking schemes, especially in our offense as well, where it's a lot of complicated schemes. So, just coming in knowing that everything is way more intense.
Is the last piece of the puzzle getting in the pass game? It looked like they were making a concerted effort in this practice to nail that down for you.
Yeah, definitely, man. Really just all around game, in the run game, pass game, and just making sure that everyone is really keyed into what they're supposed to be doing to help the offense, flow as good as it can.
Seems like you've really picked up on pass pro concepts here in the preseason. Did it help at Indiana with that transition? You mentioned emphasis on details.
Yeah, I would definitely say it helped coming from a system that we did and, having to scan and just being keyed into certain people, even in the league, having to be keyed into the details, seeing safety shells and paying attention to the linebackers, seeing different tells and things of that nature. I also have a very detailed coach in Bobby Turner. He's very, hard on me and making sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing on the field. And he has very high expectations for me. And, I'm up for the challenge.
Get on you about the most specifically?
Man, my tracks, just being very detailed into every single thing, being in the right spot before the play and even after the play. Very big on landmarks and, just being, the best all-around football player that you can be. Just being focused at all times and you never having those brain farts.
When you say landmarks, are you talking about like the wide zone and just getting out far enough before you cut it back in?
Really just the all-around game, especially in our offense, in terms of, certain areas on the field where the ball is supposed to, cut back to where it's actually supposed to be as opposed to where it'll end up after the play is going on. So little things like that.
Kaelon, you had a great college career, and yet they didn't invite you to the combine. How much did that serve as maybe a little extra motivation for you?
In my mind, I would say a lot, but, I'm a man of not much words, so I just use it as that motivation to, just keep me going each and every day, staying prayed up, talking to the Lord each and every day, give me the strength, the motivation to just keep going and, just being me at the end of the day, never letting, outside noise get to me and, just always playing hard, playing ferocious.
Teammates have talked about you kind of have an advanced understanding of outside zone where you're not afraid to kind of hit the hole, put your foot in the ground and go. Where does that come from? Is that just over years of working it, or is there kind of an innate ability for you to see it and just go?
I would definitely say just time put in, just being focused to the details. I ran a lot of outside zone in Indiana and even at James Madison with the same coach. So, just being used to it, but also just knowing that you're on a different level now. This is the pro leagues. So you have to stick your foot in the ground. You have to get vertical, and you want to impose your will on everybody, regardless of who it is.
Coach Miller, you had him at JMU, you also had him at Indiana. How much do you credit him for the fact that you're standing here right now?
Man, a lot, man. That's my guy. When after I got drafted, I talked to him. He was the first person I called because I told him, man, I want to be the first one that you have drafted, and I was, and I just got to give all credit to God, for putting me in this position, and credit to God for given me a coach like him to allow me to grow over time and just be me. Thank y'all.
Jaden, what's it been like trying to process everything that's been thrown at you since you got here? You're learning all of these different positions. What's that been like for you?
I mean, when a coach asks you to do something like that, it can get very challenging. But I mean, this is something I was actually doing in college too, so like I'm kind of used to it. So, I mean, I just learned how to study multiple positions at one time. So, I've been able to keep up with it pretty well.
Watching the film, what did you think of your performance on Thursday night?
I mean, I feel like I did pretty well. I mean, some stuff to always clean up, just little technique stuff. I mean, just trying to get better, just critiquing myself hard. But, I mean, I feel like I'm getting better and better each week by week. So, I mean, that's a positive in itself right there. So.
Feel different than it looked afterwards?
Yeah, I feel like early in the game I came out like I was a little too jittery. I feel like I had to calm myself down. So, looking back at film and just seeing film, I feel like over time, as the game went on, I feel like I corrected some of my mistakes. So.
As the time went on.
For sure, yeah.
What's been the most difficult part of this transition for you to this level?
Most difficult part. I mean, it's always tough just learning a whole different scheme. I mean, that in itself. So that's the hardest part, I would say. Not really physically, nothing like physically too hard, but just learning the scheme, trying to stay in my books, just learning multiple positions at one time. That's probably what I would say.
You kind of came in like pretty NFL ready in terms of like the plays you're making, how impressive you're playing right now. What has kind of played into that? Like, where do you feel you are right now?
I mean, just working, just putting in work and being confident in myself, and then my coaches and teammates just putting out confidence in me as well. Just let me know I can do it, and then just making plays in practice. Like you build your confidence up, so you know, like, all right, I can go do this in the game too. So just doing all that stuff combined right there just make me very comfortable out there on the field.
Do you learn from Dre Greenlaw and Fred Warner, or what is something you want to learn from them?
I mean, I learned a lot from them, just especially technique stuff. I mean, I was here with them the whole summer. I didn't even go home, so I stayed out here all summer with Fred and Dre. So I mean, I just learned so much from them, just what they expect out of certain stuff, just certain techniques, just a lot of stuff. So just picking up stuff from those vets and the two best linebackers. So it's been good for me.
One of the only rookies that stayed from OTAs and rookie minicamp through.
There was a couple rookies out here. I can't really remember. It was a couple months ago now, but I wasn't the only one.
Did you have a list of questions for Fred and Dre, like when you first got here, or what was it like? I mean, those two guys have just a ton of experience between the two of them.
No, honestly, I kind of wanted to feel them out first. You know, I didn't really know. I never got to meet them, so when I got to meet them, and they were very welcoming. So like, I didn't really have a list of questions, but just naturally learning the defense, questions about the game, just seeing film. I asked questions, but I didn't come in with a list of questions.
DJ Wright, like as a linebackers coach.
I mean, he's a great coach. I mean, that's a coach who believes in you. You know he believes in you. He builds you up. So that's like one of the most important things that you can ask for a coach who believes in you. But he also, like, when you mess up and when you don't do what you're supposed to do, he's gonna let you know. So it's like he's a good coach. It's a good balance of telling you you need to hear and then telling you what to clean up. So yeah.
How much interaction do you get with Johnny Holland?
I mean, a lot. He's in there all the time too. So he's a great coach too. Just to hear from him. I mean, he's been around this game so long, coached a lot of great linebackers. So just to hear from him, from both coaches, I mean, it's been great just to learn and pick their brains.
Is there any player, past or present, that you try to like model your game a little bit after, or like learn from a little bit?
Fred, especially now, like watching Fred and Jerry, just like how they play the game, like just like their approach to the game, so relentless for sure. And then like when I growing up a lot, Luke Kuechly was a great one. Just not a linebacker, but I like Jalen Ramsey, how he approached the game, how he's so physical. So those are like players I like to watch.
Did KJ tell you that he was trying to draft himself when they drafted? Like I think your physical measurables are similar. Do you guys have a conversation about that? Or?
He told me about that when I first got here. That's what the coaches said. But actually, I didn't even know like how big he was until I got here. I thought he was like 5'10". I didn't know he was that big. When I seen him for the first time, I was like, dang, you're bigger than I thought. So it was cool to see that. But I mean, yeah. So he talked about it before, but I think it's just a little joke going on. But he actually said he didn't even know I got drafted until he seen it on the TV. So I'm not sure.
Because it is unusual to see a linebacker of your height playing the way you do.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, I think it has its advantages as well too. So.
What's the most important thing you've learned from Fred and Dre so far?
Really the approach to the game. That's what's the most important. Like being relentless, running to the ball all the time. I mean, if you watch film, you're going to see them guys running to the ball all the time. That's like the 49er way. I mean, you're taught that in college, but like they don't harp on it as much. But like now when you come here, like that's the standard. In practice, even if you're 40 yards away, you go chase the ball. So just watching those guys and watching the team in general, just the culture around here, just that's what it taught me.
A lot of guys that come up and notice that, I mean, Kyle Shanahan's starting to do the team meetings a little bit more. The way he explains plays, does it change the way you see the game?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it can get very complicated when you start breaking it down from an offensive point of view. But yeah, I mean, him getting up there and just hearing it from an offensive point of view and seeing how they want to block things, what they're thinking when they're in motion and just stuff like that. It's good to hear just so you can know like what not to do when they're doing certain things. So for sure.
What was that day of practice with when you're working with the defensive line or the edge like for you, and working with Kasaric and seeing that side of things? I think it was just the one day, but
It was good. I mean, I did it a little bit in college for a year, and then sometimes like I go down the line of scrimmage now. You'll probably see. So I mean, it's good. Like just cross training myself just to have those tools and sharpen them, because you never know what like. Well, I do it sometimes too on the line of scrimmage. So yeah.
Thanks, Jaden.
thanks,
No
man.
problem. Thank you.